Hey guys, I was talking to my buddy Jeff. He had just made his first stock removal knife, and he had made a Kydex sheath for it and noticed that it was scratching his blade up quite a bit. And this is a problem that I've had as well in the past with my Kydex sheaths. So I did quite a bit of research on it in the past, and come to find out it's a pretty common problem for people who make their own Kydex sheaths or have Kydex sheaths for their knives, that they get scratches from the Kydex. And there's kind of a debate going on in the knife community, from what I can gather, of whether or not it's actually the Kydex that scratches the knife, or perhaps some dirt or other particulates that get inside the sheath. And there's kind of two schools of thought. One is that Kydex will scratch your knife no matter what you do, whether it's a little bit or a lot. Over the life of the knife, it will wear on it. And I've seen a few other guys who swear that Kydex cannot scratch a knife blade. One discussion I read on it, a guy almost got a little indignant and offended once somebody claimed that the Kydex did scratch the knives after he said that it didn't. And he had claimed actually that he had made thousands of knives and sheaths, and that the Kydex doesn't scratch the knives. So I suppose if anyone would know, it would be him. I'm not sure of the name of the maker, nor is that really important, but just kind of going over some of the claims made, that yes, it can avoid scratches, whereas other guys who claim to have made thousands of sheaths say it does not scratch the blades. So I figured I'd do a little bit of a test here on a knife that I've polished up pretty well. There's really no scratches other than those left from the finishing process itself. Kind of show that. I don't know how well that'll show up. There are some minor grind lines and buffing lines and things of that nature, but we should be able to tell fairly easily if we get any scratches on this blade. And what I'm going to use for the test here, I had some scrap Kydex that's clean, it's free of any dirt or dust. I have two pieces just to kind of make a thorough test. Edges are clean. There's no dust, there's no burrs, anything like that. A little bit of a burr there. But I'm just going to test probably both sides, particularly the smooth side where the knife would be contacting if this was on a sheath. And I'm going to rub this against my blade here and see if I can develop any scratches on purpose. Keeping in mind that the scratches are said also to occur due to the tight fitting of a sheath, due to how tight it is. And that can get pretty tight. There can be quite a bit of pressure there. So I'm really going to go at this and see if I can develop any abrasions, whether big or small. And just kind of settle this debate on whether it's the Kydex or other things that scratch the knife. So let's go ahead and rub this on there. You could definitely hear it rubbing. Not a lot of resistance. This is a pretty smooth material. And again, both surfaces were cleaned. They are nice and smooth. And already I am seeing some micro abrasions, some very fine lines. So we're just kind of simulating removing it from the sheath dozens of times, I guess. And I really doubt that'll show up. I don't have a lot of definition here. Let's see if those actually wipe off. And yeah, they're just very fine hair-like scratches. I mean, they are there though. Let's see, we'll actually go to the other side. Alright, I did drop that on the ground, so we'll stop using that one. I mean, I'm definitely getting some scratches, so that's kind of interesting. We'll use kind of the rounded corner here. I can definitely see how if this was fit around the knife very tightly with repeated insertions and detractions. This is consistent with what I get on my blades. I'll go ahead and maybe rotate this around. Most of the wear that I get is actually on the hollow grind portion. Alright, not getting a whole lot on that side. Sorry, I only got one hand here with my phone. I definitely see some micro scratching. It's not really going to pick up. You can kind of see where I was rubbing it there across the grain. So Kydex definitely can scratch the blades. Obviously it'd be worse if there is some particles inside. Although most of the time the particles that do get inside are Kydex dust anyway. So I'm gonna have to repolish that. Again, probably not showing up too well. I was rubbing across the width of the knife. You kind of see it maybe. But I am getting some minor abrasions just from the Kydex. So you can take that for what it's worth. I'm not sure if there's that much more pressure from just the sheath itself than what I was applying that might contribute. I'm sure part of it is dust getting in there, and I'm sure a lot of that can be mitigated just by taping your blades and leaving a small space around it. But yeah, we definitely got some decent scratches just from the smooth part of the Kydex and nothing else. So for those who think it's impossible, it's not. And again, severity will be greater or less depending on if your sheath is clean and how tight you form it, as well as perhaps the type of steel you have and how hard it is. But for your average knife blade, you will get some hairline scratches at the very least, if not some greater wear marks, which I've experienced in the past. So I think that's all for this video. Feel free to leave comments if you think I should have done it a different way. I think I'm actually going to make another video where I buff the inside of this to try to maybe lessen the abrasiveness some and polish it up. So stay tuned for that, and that's all for now.